Our special guest today is a talented actress who was diagnosed with cancer. She's a fighter and a crusader, and her experience will inspire you to consider all the options when faced with your own health challenges. Lourdes Colon is with us today. I'm Mike Tucker, and we're here to help you create your best life possible.
This is Lifestyle Magazine with your hosts, Dr. Charmaine Long, Obi DK, Lionel LaMountain, and Mike and Gayle Tucker.
Lourdes Colon was an actress on the rise when she was sidelined by lymphoma. Now in recovery, she realized an even more important role she needed to play. Welcome to Lifestyle Magazine.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So glad you're here.
Now, we want to get to the diagnosis in just a little bit, the cancer, but I want to talk about your life before cancer. What were you doing?
My life before cancer, I was an actress, and I still am.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, I was filming a lot. I was on a TV show called Without a Trace.
Sure.
I played the role of Anna Rodriguez as a guest star. Got put on the ballots to be considered to be a nominee for an Emmy on my role
Wonderful.
as Anna. I was on The District. I hosted a TV show. I did a lot of national commercials. I was very busy.
Yeah,
And
an
enjoying
exciting
it.
life.
Yeah,
Kind of living the dream.
Oh, definitely living the dream, and it was great. And so, of course, while I was doing that, I really, because I have this love for people, that I wanted to be a difference. I wanted to be an inspiration. And so I always thought that would be where I was going to give the inspiration, was through my acting.
Yeah. But then something happened that changed everything.
Yes.
What was it?
Well, things kind of shifted. There was something off where I had just finished filming this film, and I was really exhausted all the time.
Yeah.
I would nap, and I just could not get myself to be rested enough.
So more than normal. I mean,
Very more than
yeah.
normal. Like, I just could not shake it off. And then I ended up with a lump on my neck. And that was like a really huge clue. So I thought, okay, there's a lump on my neck, I'm really exhausted. And so I pretty much knew.
You put two and two together.
Yeah, and I'm like, it feels like I might have cancer, but I really don't want to say that, because, you know.
Were you
so-
hesitant to go do anything about it? I mean,
Yeah.
like, if I
Well,
don't,
'cause-
it will go away, or it won't be true.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, like, you know, if I ignore it, it'll just go away, kind of thing. So I knew I had to go to the doctor, and I hated going to doctors, because, you know, like the doctor visit, you're sitting there forever just waiting to get called in. It's just like that whole, I felt like it just took away so much of my time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just didn't want to go, and then I didn't want to be told.
Exactly. I so relate to that. Yeah.
Like, don't tell me anything that's not going to be good. So I kind of avoided it for a while to go to the doctor until I had no other choice.
Yeah.
And then I
And when
went.
you went, what did you find out?
When I went, she wanted to do a biopsy, because it didn't look good. It was so obvious. And so it was just kind of like, she did the biopsy. Everything was just quick. You know, they did the biopsy, they called me in, I went in, and then she said, the results came back, and you have Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah.
That's the bad one, right?
Right, that was the
Yeah.
one. I think all of them are.
There's not a good one, is there? There's not a good one. Yeah.
So, and it was interesting, because it was like the moment she told me that I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she started telling me like the procedures and what needed to be done, I zoned her out, and then I started thinking, wow, this is the opportunity that got presented to me.
Oh,
that
my
I could be a
goodness.
To be
difference.
right at that moment.
That very moment, I thought, I need to pick up a camera, I need to research, I need to figure this out, and
Come on.
and be a difference.
That is
And
an
that
amazing
was, yeah.
response.
That is. You know, a lot of people tell me when they hear the cancer word, they don't hear anything else after that. It's just totally focused on self, panic, fear.
Yeah.
And although you went through some of that, you also at that moment said, I can make a difference.
I can make a difference.
Come on.
And it was interesting, because the doctor's like, she goes, so, well, how do you feel about that? Because I wasn't responding. I was just thinking, okay, this is perfect. I've got to figure out what I got to do.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Now I have a goal.
Okay. Is there a little bit of denial in that at the same time? Like, okay, I can just work through this. Or was it really just...
I just took it on.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was
Bring it
like,
on.
yeah, like this, yeah, bring it on. Now
Yeah.
I got a purpose. And because I knew how many people got affected by it. You know, I've seen lots of friends and family go through it and get depleted, and then, you know, many who have passed away with a poor quality of life
Exactly.
before. So
Exactly.
I just thought this is so perfect.
So you created a documentary about
Yes.
this, about your journey through this.
Yes.
And that is called
Create Option C.
Create Option C.
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
Well, Create Option C, Option C means, you know, it's like almost getting creative and really doing the research, kind of taking back your power and figuring out what it is you need to do that's going to work with your body. And I felt that, you know, most people when we get diagnosed, first we get scared and we have fear step in, and then we're panicked and we're thinking I'm gonna die, and and what am I gonna do, and what am I gonna tell my family, my friends, and you know the whole ordeal. And Create Option C is kind of like taking the fear out of the equation and allowing yourself to just kind of see the whole picture, and then find the right doctor that's going to work with you as a team and figure out what it is you need to do. You know, there are so many things out there that can help you, you know, be strong physically and emotionally and mentally and spiritually. That is so important. And I think when you have the knowledge, when you get educated on what you have, you know, what are the things that you can do naturally, what are the things that you can do conventionally, and how you can combine the two together, or vice versa, which one you choose. But I think when you get educated, you just feel powerful enough to do it.
You took charge.
Yeah, you take
really what
charge.
it's
You don't
about.
feel hopeless, and
That's good.
you know, you just get your life back.
Yeah.
And that's
You
what
don't
Create
just
Option
hand
C
it
is.
over.
Yeah.
You take control.
Right.
We're out of time, but when we come back, a man who describes himself as Lourdes' chief groupie, Isai Morales, is going to join us.
We'll be right back. The truth is in here. DiscoverOnline.org.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
The secret's out.
Get the keys to longevity and a better quality of life from your friends at the Seventh-day Adventist Church by visiting www.healthylifeinfo.com.
Criminal Minds actor Isai Morales is joining us now, and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You described yourself as a groupie for Lourdes.
I'm her biggest fan.
I'm sure you have your own groupies. but now-
Well, you know, funny you should say that. I'm just, you know, I heard of her story after it commenced, and I heard that she was actually going to document her experience, which I thought, you know, that's...
Who does that?
Yeah, because it's very personal.
Yes.
If you see this piece, it is very raw and gut-wrenching, and a testament to a real artist to put away any You know, the layers that we hide behind in
Yes.
society.
Well, especially Hollywood.
And an
I mean,
actress
You don't,
at that.
You've got
yeah,
an
you don't
image.
take off the makeup. You
That's
don't,
right.
Yeah.
No, but she takes off so much that you cannot help but to feel for her. You cannot help but to
Is that
feel
right?
compassion.
Truly identify with her.
I mean, yeah, and a champion. I'm her fan because she's fought the fight and she documented it not for her own sake, but for the well-being of others
Yes.
who are, in my opinion, unfortunately, we live in a world that's blessed with many technological advances, but not as many people who are spiritually capable to evolve along with them, if you know what I mean.
Yes, yes.
I feel like we are the United Farms of America.
Yes.
You know, where we're all kind of corporate kept apart, and you know everything's a money-making machine. And what happened to community?
Yeah. That's
What happened to the sense of small town, you know, pulling for each other, people helping each other? There's so little of that. So I wanted to help her.
And you co-produced the documentary.
Well, I joined on board as exec producer,
Executive
basically
producer, okay.
championing her and her cause, and this incredible. Really, it's a mindset where you let the food that, whether you call it nature or God created, do what it was intended to do without the machinations of man. That, you know, listen, I will go to a doctor if I need to, but even the greatest doctor said, food is thy medicine. You know, medicine is your food. I mean,
But it's still prevention is the best way. But even so, I
Yeah.
mean,
And
eating
even
right,
if you
living
haven't-
right.
But it also heals.
it
Yeah,
is.
it heals as well.
Absolutely.
Let's go back a little bit to, we talked about create option C, but what is that A and B in there? Is there A, B, and C, or is that how it works?
Yeah.
What's A and
Yeah,
B?
you could mention, because I asked her the same, well, what's create option C? Well,
C,
she-
yeah.
A is conventional, is that you take whatever
Yeah.
you're told.
The doctor tells you,
Yeah,
you do what you're told.
this is what you're,
And there's a value to that because, after
Yeah.
all, I mean, there's research that shows that this has an effect upon people, and so that's the reason why they use it, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Because it's you know, you have option A where literally you just take your life and you hand it over to the doctor and
Okay.
you
All
just follow everything they tell you
Okay.
to do and you do nothing on your own.
Okay.
Okay.
And then option B, which is interesting, I met so many people that did option B. My dad was one of them, and it's literally do nothing at all. And just let life take its course and leave your hands into God. And they just don't fight it. They don't
Yeah.
change anything.
Okay.
My
and
dad
that's B.
eventually did that at the end of his life, you know, but he was in his 90s. He said, okay, we'll just go.
Yeah.
you
Right.
know?
there's a value to that too.
Yes,
Because
there is.
Yeah.
I think that, I know the human body is designed to heal itself if you get out of its way, if you stop poisoning it, if you have the right attitude. Again, I love what you said, mind, body, and spirit, you know, mind, body, soul. If you have that equilibrium, you are much better off than someone who's
You got it.
focused on any
It's the whole
one
package,
area.
isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It is.
It really
Then we
is.
go to
And
option
then
C.
C.
And then option C, which is where you work as a team with your doctor.
That's so smart.
And that makes life so much better.
Yes.
I have another a suggestion for the word C, like the option C, not just ABC, but comprehensive.
Yeah, okay, so it is the comprehensive option, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
both
Well,
and.
It says you use every option available to you.
Right. You really educate yourself on, you know, the conventional and all the pros and cons of it. You get and you meet with a doctor that does alternative, and you really inform yourself. Talk with others who have done it naturally or who've done the conventional, and kind of put the two together to see what works with you. And I think when you do that, it makes it so much more powerful. For me, that's why I wanted to do the documentary. That's why I wanted to do Create Option C, because it was like just seeing everything that was going on with people that I've seen get affected by the cancer. I got clear that there had to be a better way, that I had to get outside the box, per se, and that there had to be a better way to fight the cancer, and it had to be where you worked with your body instead of working against your body. Because I think when you just do everything, that becomes destructive.
Yeah.
It makes it hard for the body to do anything other than be destroyed.
So option C helped you use good science, but you also wanted to make sure that your body had every opportunity to be
Right.
cleansed of impurities and to do its job
Right.
and to heal you properly.
Yes. You know, just like each patient, each individual needs to take the responsibility to do the research and learn,
Yeah. personal
the education on
responsibility
this.
on the diagnosis.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I think that it would be great to find that doctor that's willing to also learn the other side of things.
That's good.
Because then they can combine this stuff together. And I
And
really
we got to take a
believe-
break here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Got
I'm sorry about that.
No,
Isn't that rude to interrupt you, right?
She's
unstoppable.
She is unstoppable. But we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and Isai and Lourdes will join the crew in just a moment.
There's more to come on Lifestyle Magazine.
Welcome home, man.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son.
God loves me so much that he sent down to earth his boy.
God loved the world so much that he gave his only Son.
His one and only Son. And this is why. So that no one needed to be destroyed.
The Heavenly Father loved the human race so very much that he gave his one and only Son.
That he gave his one and only Son.
God loves the world so much that he gave us his Son, Jesus.
That anyone who believes in him will not die.
We're not gonna die,
That whosoever believeth in him should not perish,
but have everlasting life.
Everlasting life.
Eternal life.
And anyone who believes in him will live forever.
And that's a long time.
Beautiful, no matter how you say it. For more on John 3:16 and other texts, go to myfavoritetext.com.
We're talking with Isai Morales and Lourdes Colon. And Lourdes, I know that you really wanted to help people with this, with your whole disease process, and you've created the documentary, and I'm really, I honor that. But this had to be hard. Talk to me about how hard this was.
It was hard, and what made it hard was to continually stay positive while I was on camera.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I remember where I had like 5% in usage of my lungs, and I had one lung that was completely gone, one that had just like that much usage.
No.
You know, it was filled with fluid. I was barely breathing. I had like days left to live. It was really, really bad.
Okay, days left to live.
And you say that and laugh. Come on. Come on.
Because I like to push the
This was-
push the envelope there. Yeah, it was. I was at the end, and
Tell the trajectory. Basically, when we were first diagnosed, you said you were going to fight it with your doctor, right? Or you're going to do it all by yourself.
I was going to do it naturally and by myself, and then but I wanted people to also understand what spread cancer. You know, when you have cancer, what things to avoid. And so, you know, against my daughter and my husband.
And better judgment.
Well, I still don't regret it. But I really wanted people to get that there's things that we do that can make it worse.
Okay.
And so I chose to take that step and show them and say, see, this is how the cancer is now, and I do this, and saying this is what spread it. And then you see the enormous growth within days.
Oh, my
so
by that evening, she was not feeling well. By that evening, she could feel
the growth. It was really disgustingly gross.
The tumor's coming back.
Yeah, and so
it's after a specific radiation type of.
Well, yeah, it's a test they do, you know, to stage it.
We don't want to legally get in any trouble to encourage a certain technique.
It's just that, you know, it's good to be informed.
Yeah.
So that, you know, each patient can say, do I want to risk taking that test or not?
Yeah.
You know, if I have cancer, why don't you do the test? We would got this. Let's not battle it.
What qualifying questions did you ask to determine if you're going to do an alternative treatment?
Actually, what I did, well, I knew immediately I wanted to do alternative because I saw so many of my family and friends who got cancer and did treatments and saw the quality of life they had, and I just didn't want to live that.
Option A was not attractive.
I think it's so important to be able to find a physician that you can partner with to work through, you know, is this a treatment that can assist you and is legitimate? Were you able to find a physician who would partner with you?
Yes. It took a bit because, you know, a lot of times when you go to a doctor and you say, I'm not going to do chemo, this is what I want to do, they really don't want to work with you.
Right.
It's really finding that doctor that cares enough to say, okay, let's do what you want to do, and let's monitor it and then work with you and give you all the information. Because you have doctors that will give you the information. It's like, well, you know, these are the things that they have now with technology, and you still have that choice. So it was very important to find that doctor, and I was blessed with having that doctor.
I think there's so many things you can do even from a lifestyle standpoint with your diet to help boost your immune system. And sometimes that's something that's not really talked about with cancer patients. Were there things that you did with your diet to help boost your immune system?
Oh, absolutely. There was many things. That was the very first thing I started researching is what can I do to build my immune system, give myself a fighting chance? And there's so many things out there to really boost your immune system. One that I just not too fond of was wheatgrass.
Some of them don't taste very good.
It's so painful. Was wheatgrass, and you know it's got great properties. But it's funny.
You get used to it, though.
Yeah,
you get used to it.
Yeah, and it's funny because I met people that loved wheatgrass. I'm like, how is that possible? You know, but it really did make a difference, and it does build your immune system. And what I found, even taking wheatgrass, is I watched tumors shrinking just by doing the wheatgrass alone. So there is many things to do, but I think it's really important to educate yourself because it's not just one thing. You know, it's a combination of things. It's really staying away from things like sugar and processed foods and artificial flavors and all that, and really take your life back. And then, you know, in meditation and prayers and just, it's the whole thing. Because I even remember when I was in a coma that, and I know that I was supposed to have any memory of it, but I did. When I was in a coma, I actually had the privilege to see everybody panic and they're like just, and the whole time I'm thinking, oh, I want to tell them I'm okay. I was completely fine. You know, for me, I thought I was like in this all-Asian place with all Asian doctors, and they were pumping me with all these natural herbs, and that the herbs are actually healing me.
You thought you were in a Chinese medicine place.
That's right. So, you know, I had no idea I was here in California, you know, right at the hospital.
Besides, that's going to be difficult for you watching, though, your friend now go through this.
The thing that was interesting is that, you know, I didn't know just how bad it was. And then we hear this is what we're doing, and I'm like, well, how can I help? And you know, we put it on Facebook, and man, so much love. You know, that's a good thing. People contributed. We said, listen, we have one of ours is down and needs help. And that's the thing about community, where people pull together. There's nothing like that.
Thank you so much for your vulnerability and sharing your story. It is much, much, much appreciated. And thank you, Asai, for your part in this as well. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a moment.
We'll be right back.
Some secrets are meant to be kept. Some are meant to be shared. But the secrets that matter most are the secrets of the kingdom. Secrets of the Kingdom will take your children on an audio quest they will want to experience again and again. Your children will follow their guide Silversong as he takes them on a journey to a most special place called the Kingdom, to meet someone who loves them very much. This wholesome story of faith, prayer, hope, and love is dramatically created with narration, dialogue, sound effects, and songs. Secrets of the Kingdom is available on CD or cassette for $9.95 plus shipping. Just call our toll-free number, 888-940-0062. That's 888-940-0062. And ask for Secrets of the Kingdom on CD or cassette. Secrets of the Kingdom. Let the adventure begin today.
secrets out.
Get the keys to longevity and a better quality of life from your friends at the Seventh-day Adventist Church by visiting www.healthylifeinfo.com.
We have had a fascinating conversation today. I hate to see this show end, but Obi, you had a question you wanted to ask before we go.
Well, we all know that exercise is great and it helps to prevent lots of different diseases. Was exercise vital to you in helping you to fight cancer, even when you probably didn't have the energy to exercise?
Oh yes, it's very vital because actually when you exercise, it stimulates the immune system.
Sure.
So one of the things I did for exercise is I'd put music and I would dance.
Okay.
That was my movement to get going, yeah.
And lift your spirits.
It brings a sense of joy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Also-
it gave me both.
Also, one of the most detoxifying things you can do is sweat profusely.
Yeah, absolutely.
And breathe. And I play tennis as voraciously as I can, or basketball or softball, but things that keep you breathing, sweating, and in the sunlight. People are told, stay away from the sunlight. I think that's a mistake that we'll find out later. Stay away from abusing the sunlight if you're very fair, but even fair people need the vitamin D and calcium processes that happen from the sun and not from supplements.
And we know there are links to vitamin D deficiency in certain types of cancer.
Major.
So getting out in the sun, getting fresh air, really important for your
Actually, I
immune
think
system.
most Americans are deficient in vitamin D.
Yes, they are.
How important was your family in helping you to help fight this thing? Because you can't do this alone.
Right. Very important. And I actually, one of the things I think people need to understand when someone's fighting cancer is you need your friends and family to really support you.
Sure.
You know, when you're battling cancer, the last thing you want to do is battle your family and friends as well, because that becomes overwhelming.
Sure.
So you should really be focused on what you need to do to get better, and your family should be supportive in any decision you make.
So what's your advice to family members? How do they support best?
I think their best way of support is figure out what that person wants to do and then support them with that, and then do the research with them and bring them stuff that they know. That
So
would
whatever
help
their
them.
decision is,
Go
you
with
get on
it.
board.
I mean, usually one thing really quickly, you get a lot of skepticism from family members that are used to just hearing one thing. Don't laugh at the hope and the desires of someone who wants to educate them. Don't be intellectually lazy. The more you read about it, the better you become at knowing about it.
Thank you so much, both of you, for being here. We truly appreciate this. Isai Morales and Lourdes Colon, thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being a part of this one as well. We look forward to seeing you again next time. But until then, you take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
That was a hard 2:30.
Thanks for watching Lifestyle Magazine. Visit us online at lifestyle.org, where you can watch more programs and get more information on our guests.